Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's Keys, and today we're going to talk about the Destiny game mode Rift. Now what I've noticed over the past few months is people still don't understand the game mode, or they don't understand the basic fundamentals of the game mode to increase their chances of winning. So that's exactly what we're going to cover today. We're going to look at the objectives of Rift. We're going to look at various strategies that you can apply to increase your win percentage. We're going to look at the makeup of your team. With makeup, I'm not suggesting that you need to have all of one subclass, so all Hunters, all Titans, all Warlocks. I'm just going to talk about the makeup of your team and what your team is going to have to do in order to increase your chances of winning. We'll also cover scoring so that you can maximize your points through the game mode as well. As I mentioned, Rift is a team-based game mode. It's your team's objective to secure the Spark area, so your team is going to definitely be in conflict with the other team in this particular area of the map. From there, your Spark Collector will collect the Spark, run collectively as a team, with people pushing in front to secure the area, and it's that person's job then to ignite the enemy Rift. Now your Rift and the enemy Rift are going to be in two different locations, so please take note and know where each location is going to be. Now that we've covered capturing the Spark, clearing the path, and capturing the Rift, we're going to move on to strategies. So you don't have to be aggressive until the Spark is active in your team's possession. You're certainly going to want to control the Spark area to make sure that you do capture the Spark. The other team will likely push in groups of 1 or 2 from multiple angles, so it's going to be your team's job to guard and to fortify the Spark area to make sure that you capture it versus the other team. It's all about zone control, and I can't stress how important that is. Remember, this is a team-based game mode. Don't go off-road. When you're a man down, the other team knows it, and they're going to push in, and they're going to capture the Spark for themselves. What's equally important is your team's loadout. You want to make sure that if you're on close quarters maps, you're using close quarter weapons. If you're on long range maps, you're going to want long range weapons. You can use anything that you like, so if you do find that you're better off with certain weapons, certainly do so. I know even on Bannerfall, I sometimes prefer to use a hand cannon, but I also pair with a sniper so that I can have close and quarter engagements, but also long range engagements as well. There are some maps like Sector 618 where it doesn't really make sense to use a sniper rifle, so oftentimes you're going to want to use more close range weapons, whether it's a primary or a secondary. Also make sure that you are aware of where the heavy spawns are, because the game can flip really quickly if the enemy team gets 1 or 2 heavy ammo crates. So make sure that you're in complete control and awareness of your own heavy ammo crate, and if you do have the opportunity to capture the enemy's crates as well, do so. Speaking of crates, if you are pushing, you do ignite the Rift or getaways in, and you do have an opportunity without dying to pick up the enemy's special ammo, certainly do so. It's always great to starve the enemies with special ammo. It's also extremely important for the Spark Runner to do different routes every 1 to 2 runs. If you go the same way every single time, you become predictive, and the enemy will know exactly where you're going to go each and every time, which is going to decrease your success. In this scenario, map awareness is crucial, so make sure you're aware of the various lanes that you have at your disposal. Now that we've covered various strategies, let's move into the team makeup. This is for a team of 6, but certainly can be applied to solo queuing as well. Each team is going to have one dedicated Spark Runner. Their job is to capture the Spark, run the Spark, and ignite the Rift, all while staying alive, so it's important that that person stays with your team at all times. You're going to want to have 4 Slayers. Their job is to clear paths, cause distractions, and team shoot. They're best served by having roaming supers, so Gunslinger, Stormcaller, Hammers as an example. Any roaming super will do. Next, you're going to want to have 1 passive player as well to maintain Spark control and to team shoot from a distance. It's really important to maintain Spark control. Last but not least is scoring. It's really important to understand how you can score points to maximize your chances of winning. A kill is worth 100 points. Variables such as headshots give you an extra bonus of 10. If you get a kill as the Spark Runner, it's worth 150 points. When you kill the Spark Runner, your team gets 300 points. When you pick up the Spark, you get 300 points. I'm going to pause right there. Let's say you're in a situation where you're the only person left at the Spark and the other team has 4 or 5 people. Pick up the Spark anyway. All it's going to do is give your team 300 points, their team 300 points, and it's going to reset. So the worst thing you can possibly do is to back up from that engagement, allow them to get the Spark. They're going to run it and get additional points. How they get additional points is the next scoring method, and that's passing checkpoints. So there's going to be 5 checkpoints along the way. Each checkpoint is worth 100 points. So again, it's important if you're in those situations to be smart about it and pick up the spark. Your team will get 300, the other team will get 300, it just resets. Igniting the rift is worth 150 points, and then the last way to ignite the rift is igniting backwards. So let's take the scenario of your team actually clearing out the entire enemy team at their rift. If your spark runner runs backwards through the rift, it'll ignite it and your team will gain an extra 1,500 points. So definitely a great way to chalk up some extra points. Well guys, that concludes the video. So in summary, we discussed the objectives of the Rift game mode within Destiny, some strategies that you can apply towards your gameplay, the makeup of your team, and the necessity to have one Rift runner, a few Slayers, as well as a passive player to continually control the Spark area. And we also touched upon the various scoring methods, so you have a better understanding of how you can get points from completing different things, whether it's killing, gaining distance, resetting the rift, or igniting the rift backwards. That's something that a lot of people don't know. Well guys, thanks a lot for watching. Hit like, hit subscribe. I appreciate all the support you guys always show, and we'll see you in the next video.